Alright. Welcome. So, today, I'm going to be giving my opinion on the Sturmtiger and giving it a test drive. And giving my general thoughts and potential concerns about it being added to the game. Obviously, right now, I have it just sitting here as a preview. I don't own it, obviously. But let's just get right into this. So, my number one concern about the Sturmtiger is its battle rating. 6.3 seems a little low for what it is. I mean, its ammunition is like everywhere, which it makes sense, and you can also like destroy this shell here, which is in the gun. The armor's not too great, so I mean, there's that. You're not going to be fighting too many things with heat. I say that. You'll be fighting ML90s, Alans, Ratel 90s, IKV-91. Okay, yeah. There's a handful of heat-slinging vehicles at the BR. But we'll find out how it plays when it gets when it's officially in people's hands, and how it fares at the BR it's at, and see if Gaijin does anything about it. If the vehicle performs terribly at 6.3, then I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't. But if it performs well, or even above average, or past everybody's expectations, then I would not be. I mean, I would be a little surprised if Gaijin up-BR'd it if it was only doing average. But if it was doing above average and Gaijin up-tiered it, okay, that would make sense. Of course, again, my opinion, it could stay at 6.3 for all I care. But your reward modifiers, or I guess it'd be research and Silverline efficiency. Right here, this is with premium time, and well, just with premium time. Forgot I have no boosters active. Its weight's pretty decent. Like, this thing is heavy, but it gets moving. I just drove it a few hours ago. Base reload 52 seconds. That I can understand. It's a long reload. It does have smoke, which is right here. But I think I think it's decently balanced for what it's supposed to do. So, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. As for the shell itself, the rocket, I should say, 135 kilograms of explosive mass. That is a lot. That is probably comparable to a battleship. I'd have to go... No, that's more than a battleship, I think. More than a battleship's, like, armor-piercing rounds, anyways. High explosive, I'm not sure. I haven't really taken a look into that. But 83 millimeters of penetration. It's pretty decent. However, and I will go and test drive it real quick so we can take a look at the capabilities of this rocket. So we have a machine gun, first of all. It's probably the most versatile weapon on the vehicle. If I can remember my buttons. And I mean, the machine gun will be good for taking out light armored vehicles, such as the ZIS. As for the rocket itself, let's get on a flat ground here. We can fairly easily take out heavy tanks. In fact, we'll go for the IS-4 ammo here. Just because it's a more armored of a target. 800 meters? Okay. Well then. And there it is. I actually missed. Wow. Okay. So, this is the rough estimates, I guess. It doesn't fly that fast, this missile. Or rocket, excuse me. Rocket flies 250 meters a second. That's comparable to a smoke shell, to be honest. Or a low velocity, high explosive, I suppose. But this is its layout of components while I'm sitting here. Shells on both sides. The one in the gun. I don't know if the one in the middle actually is supposed to be there or not. Guess we'll find out. 4 crew members. Actually, that's a really easy shot. You take a shot through. Hold on. Having a moment here where I'm struggling to push buttons. So, like, you take a shot. I can't actually. You take a shot, like, through here. At, like, this angle here. And you're hitting all of the vital crew members. But anyway, so let's see if I can hit it this time. About there. There we go. It's overpressure, but it's still decent. As for everything else, this thing has neutral steer, which is great. Wonderful, wonderful thing to have. But it's kind of like a Tiger. I mean, obviously, it's able to move about as fast as a Tiger. It's able to traverse like a Tiger. It is a Tiger, but it's fairly mobile for how it is, I suppose. And you can whip it around. That's pretty cool. What's the range on that? Range on that, 200 meters. Okay. We'll do a third-person shot here. That didn't even hit, but that doesn't matter. The aesthetics of it is pretty nice too. I'm just a tad concerned with if one of these things does manage to hide its weak spots, which, I mean, on a vehicle like this, there's not many weak spots. I mean, there's the machine gun port here, driver's hatch, or driver's port. The gunner's port is actually a big weak spot because it's got ammunition right behind it. The gun is a weak spot. I don't know if this little cupola thing would be a weak spot. I'm not sure. But I would say it's going to be halfway decent for an assault gun. It's kind of like the Sturmpanzer II's older brother. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. But as for what it is for a vehicle, I'd say it was bound to happen eventually, and I would say it's not a great addition. Then again, there's a lot worse additions that have happened in the game, so oh well. But it's not a terrible addition. I wonder, can I crush this thing against a tree? I could really do damage to it. What happens if I shoot at point blank range? Let's find out. About what I expected. But overall, it's a pretty decent vehicle. I can't wait to see what it plays like in Ground Air Beam. I kind of do wish this ammunition model would go away. Like, if there wasn't a round in there, that'd be kind of cool, but... oh well. But otherwise, it's a Tiger. And, yeah. So let's go compare this to... let's go compare the rocket to some battleships, shall we? So with 135 grams, or kilograms. Why'd you have to pop up now? Thanks, I guess. 135 kilograms of explosive mass. Let's take a look at some battleships here. So something of comparable size, 38 centimeters. 67 kilograms. This is a 305 millimeter. It's 27 and 10. 12-inch. Comparable-ish. In fact, I think it's comparable. Yeah, it's comparable. 36 kilograms. The Russians use 305s. Yeah, 305 millimeters. Can't imagine it'd be 55 kilograms. I don't know what the Italians use. Italians, 305s. Okay. So it's basically the most explosive mass out of any vehicle in the game at the moment. Except for bombs, of course. We all know bombs are, well, anything that isn't a plane. Because this exists. And those. Technically those. So, I would say the Sturmtiger is a viable, gonna be a viable vehicle to fiddle with. I would be willing to compare it to imagining like a Ferdinand, but with a bigger gun, I guess. But, you know, that's my general thoughts on it, or that's what it is. My thoughts on it are, I'll see how it plays when people start getting their hands on it. And I mean, it's kind of like it's a tough situation. It's kind of like the mouse in some ways, because with the mouse it's one of those deals of, if it's too high, it's just going to get absolutely annihilated. But if it's too low of a BR, it's going to be way too overpowered. So it's kind of one of those tricky situations, but we'll see what happens. I'm curious how it would stack up against like a T-80. But you know, I mean, well, I suppose if I go to a T-80 BBM, for example, and we go armor and protection analysis, it might be in the protection analysis. Rank 4. Would it be here? No. No, it's not. Okay, I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah. If you enjoyed, wait, why am I doing the outro now? I shouldn't do the outro now. I should continue with my opinion, shouldn't I? No, I'll do the outro. I don't need this to be too long. So if you did enjoy, please do tell me in the comments. And if you didn't, tell me what I did wrong. You don't have to subscribe or like the video. I'm not that kind of person who's going to sit here and beg for that kind of thing. So, but do if you want to. I'm not going to force you. And, I hope you have a good day or night, and I will catch you in the next stream or video that I happen to post. Have a good one.